Good day, everyone. I am just posting a video because I guess I just wanted to talk, and I just wanted to put it out there that I talked with a childhood friend of mine who also went was in my life through my teenage years. And you know, I when I say I don't have any friends, that I don't mean it literally. I mean, well, the people you still consider your friends, you kind of see them as family. And I was on the phone talking with my friend who I think is who she's like family to me, that I haven't spoke to in in quite some time. And she has her own family. I have my own family, and every so often we talk. We're on social media together, but we don't really, we'll talk in the inbox sometimes, but we actually called each other. And I actually saw her too recently. It wasn't on, something good. It was for, a passing. Her mom passed away, and I wanted to be there support. But I wanted to say that I had such a great conversation on the phone with her that I have to put it out there that when you have good people in your life like that, you don't have to speak to them every day for you to continue to have a special place in your heart for them. But I just wanted to say that I was a teenage mom, and she was there to support me at that time. Like, we actually brought that up on the phone, and she brought up the fact that me and her used to be outside with the baby, because at that time, you're young. Something happened with me and a guy that I know, and it only happened once, and that's how my oldest daughter was conceived. Of course, the guy left because I guess he was immature at the time. Well, to me, maybe he probably still is kind of immature, but anyway, that's neither here or there. But the guy left, and I was a single mom for a period of time, up until I met my husband. Of course, I met him when my child was around 2 years, 2 to 3 years old. But anyway, I was on the phone with my childhood friend who supported me very heavily during the time that I had my daughter, when I was really, really depressed and felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. And, we started reminiscing on the way we were when I had that little baby, and that connected us so strongly like this. And I remember her uplifting me. It's an emotional story for me to tell. My daughter's doing fine. She has a family of her own. It still hurts me today. I made a wrong. I picked the wrong guy at that time. It's okay though, but I remember her being there for me. I had a number of friends. At this particular time, the friends that were closer to me, I don't know what happened, but we weren't so close at this particular time. But she was there to uplift me and save me from depression and anxiety, worryation. She's probably gonna watch this video. You know who you are. I need to let you know that what you did for me, just being my friend at that time, was the best thing you could have did as my friend. Okay, I'm better. I'm okay now. But let me get on with the story. So my friend was there to uplift me, and when I think back on it, I'm like, wow, that was a real friend. Because at the time, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was so scared. Just imagine, you're a child having a child. And back then, a lot of young women were doing it. So it was like, what's the big deal? Everybody, you know, there's other young people like myself who encountered things, but this was like, it was my, you know, like it was very, very new to me, and I didn't have any shoulders to lean on, but she was there for me. And I know when she sees this video, she will know who it's her. And that's important, to have somebody there to uplift you. And I let her know that too. When we talked a couple of weeks ago, I said to her, I said, she's like, you remember we, and I don't want to laugh, but me and her used to smoke weed. And at that time, there was where you can get weed for $3. So we would joke, and even today when we talk on the phone about going $1.50 each on a bag of smoke. We used to do $1.50 each, and we used to sit there and smoke a blunt and talk, and she would uplift me and she would help me cope with what I had to deal with. And she was one of the only friends that didn't make me feel like, you know, I made a mistake or whatever. And I never forgot that. So I just wanted you all to know that, you know, when you have somebody who's that close to you, I think you should always keep in touch with them. It doesn't have to be, it could be once every 2 years, it could be once a year, it could be a couple of times a year, but keep that person in mind. I found her actually when the internet came out. I actually searched for her because her name just wouldn't leave my head. I know she had got, you know, she had got married, she had some kids herself, and she's still with her childhood sweetheart, which I love both of them so much. But that was something I'll never forget as long as I live. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but then I figured out what I was gonna do, and all my childhood friends from that time called me the hero because I was the first one to get my own apartment. And after I did what I did to get my apartment, they all followed, and we all got our apartments. So I have to say that. And it wasn't a good time, you know, at that time. And it was an easy way. It was kind of easier. It was much easier to get an apartment then than it is now. You know, when you're homeless or whatever. I wasn't homeless, but I chose to, I mean, I could have stayed with family members and stuff, but that wasn't going to be good for me, because I was trying to find my own way, and I didn't want to be a burden on anyone with a child. So I decided that I was going to New York City now, go down to, go into at that time it was called the EA unit, which was a family shelter for mothers with young children. And I was categorized as homeless at the time, and took my baby. I went into a tier 2 shelter, which was a shelter for moms and their children. And I met so many wonderful people there. I still have friends that I met there, like people that I associate with. I still talk to them today. When we were in there together with our kids, I had one at the time for a very long time. I didn't have another child probably till 6 years later, but yeah, I was in there with quite a few people. And it was embarrassing to me at the time, but it was what I had to do to get what I had to get. And everybody was proud of me. All the people that were around my age, they were all proud of me for taking the leap and being courageous enough to do it. And then they all followed and did the same thing. And we all had apartments. We looked up and we all was like, we in our own place, da da da. But I was the first one to do it out of my group of friends, and I got recognized for it. Everybody was like, you are the GOAT, so, but even today, sometimes I have to let people know that that's not the person I am today. I'm not in that position today. I was in that position in 1988, 1989. I'm no longer that person. I'm not the person I was then. And so I just wanted to say that when you have good friends like that you can remember that did that for you, those are the people you want to surround yourself with, those kind of people. And I let her know that you uplifted me. Girl, you uplifted me. She probably didn't even know that it meant that much to me, but it did. And with that being said, when you have somebody good in your life, don't fuck that up. Don't do anything to fuck that up, So, anyway, I'll talk more about this later, but peace.